Shalom and greetings from rainy, floody, windy Long Island, New York. I hope wherever you are that you are safe, warm, and dry. Now, it could be said that our patriarch Jacob was the first person to create an ethical will, which is essentially a spiritual bequest to his heirs. In this week's Torah reading, Vayechi, which means, and he, meaning Jacob, lived, he gathers his children together to bless them and to tell them what their futures hold. However, as we continue reading, we see that this isn't what Jacob does. Instead, he tells each son things about themselves that aren't necessarily so positive. Not exactly the legacy we'd want to leave our loved ones, is it? Our commentators tell us that Jacob had planned to tell the future, but at the moment he began to speak, his prophetic ability departed. And that's probably a good thing. While many of us want to know what will happen to us in the future, to our children, to our grandchildren, if whatever's coming isn't positive, it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just read Chloe Benjamin's book, The Immortalists, and you'll see. Now, even though Jacob no longer had the gift of prophecy, I believe that he was given an even greater gift, the gift of time. Time to tie up loose ends, time to deal with unfinished business, time to say goodbye. The first time I wrote a sermon about this parsha and the gift of time, I was very much aware that someone in the congregation had recently lost her husband to a massive heart attack. No warning, no time. I've often wondered what her thoughts might have been listening to that. But the flip side is when there's too much time, when the end of one's life goes far beyond any perceived quality of life. Now, obviously, no one knows their date of death, and that gave birth to various incarnations of the quote, live each day as if it were your last. It's not to be morbid, but to remind us to do our best to appreciate what we have and what we are capable of doing and accomplishing. Realistically speaking, we probably can't make every single moment count, and not every day will be better than the day before. Life and growth aren't linear processes. However, if we look towards the end and begin to work backwards, we can start thinking about how to live our best lives. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom, and I hope you have time for some mindful reflection and a beautiful day and week coming.